All right, now that you have your title page set up, you're going to want to add a table of contents of all the Greek and Latin bases we're going to learn about this year. So I'm going to click over here on this check mark, and then that allows me to add slides. So if I click down on the plus slide button, I'm going to add the Latin bases page 1, the Latin bases page 2, and page 3, and the Greek base pages as well. Since we're learning about Greek first, I'm going to actually click on those first. So the Greek base page 1, I'm going to go back. Greek base page 2, go back. Then I'm going to add the Latin bases page 1. We'll eventually learn about those. Latin bases page 2. And let's pretend I made a mistake here. Oops, whoopsie daisy, I clicked on Greek bases page 1. To delete it, I hold down on it, and then I go up here and I can cut, and that will just get rid of that slide. Now I can go back down here, and I can then click on the third slide that I want, the Latin bases page 3. Now let's say I need to move something around. I hold down on the slide. You can move things around how you need as well. Okay. Now, the first 3 Greek bases that were, or actually the first 4 Greek bases we're going to learn about are on this list. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a check mark. I'm going to put a star by the ones that we've learned about so far. So we have image placeholders over here. So if you click on these little things, we see the same thing as our title page where we can add an image. Now what we need to do is we need to go out and search for free images. So you can do this in a variety of ways. So let's say I'm looking for a star. I'm going to first prepare my image. So I'll go into Safari and I'll search star. When I do that, I can click up here on images, and then over here I can click on tools and usage rights. Right here I want to go to Creative Commons licenses. So these are images that are free for me to use. So for example, I might choose this star right here. And then what I can do is I can go actually to the website if I want, and I can take a screenshot of it. I can download it. So I've actually already done that. So I have that in my images here. Actually, if I go to my images, I have that down here. I have the star saved. So now what I'm ready to do is I'm ready to star off those Greek bases that we learned about. So I'm going to go back to my Google Slides, and I'm going to click on that placeholder, and I will go up to the image, and then I'll go into my photos and find where I had that star. It's this one here I wanted to use, and then I can put stars by those. So I'll go back into my images. You can choose a different image too. That's just what I chose. So I'll go back into my images and star those off. And then the last, we actually didn't learn about tele yet. We learned about auto. So I'm going to star off those images. So we did graph, font, photo, and auto. So that just helps me keep track of the ones I've learned, and I can see what they mean over here on the right next to them if I'm wondering what they mean. You also could go to a different site to find images, and it's called Pexels.com. So if we go there, these are all images that are free. So I could look up star, and I might see an image I like maybe I like this one here. So I can download that. If it doesn't let me, well, if it will download, I also can go and I could take a screenshot of it. And then I could, and then I have that screenshot that I can edit to how I want it to be and save that to my images. So I can click done, done and saved to photos. And then I have my image set to use in my slides. So that is how you add images to the Greek bases that we have learned about.